back. Let's get excited on this part of the show. Well, on Saturday, the 2018 edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, popularly referred to as the VGMA, it has a very interesting pronunciation elsewhere. It came off here in Accra. And as you may have already heard, Ebony Reigns, the dancehall artist, swept the awards and also emerged the prestigious Artist of the Year, ahead of contenders Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Joe Metal, and others. So we'll be talking about those dynamics. You remember we told you about the poll we did here. We'll talk about that. But this year's event seemed to have been better organized, and only an accusation of unfair treatment and a brief interruption in transmission were the low point. We'll be talking about the controversies as well. The high points were many, they say. So the big question now is, has the VGMA lived up to expectation after this year, after years, actually, many years of awards? Answers coming up shortly when we host some of the stars who won the night. Well, if you've been following us on social media, you know that we put Samini out there. Unfortunately, we're told that his vehicle has broken down or something like that, so we're not going to have him. But we have Kwame Eugene, we have Kiddy, we have MzVee, and they're standing by right now. You saw those visuals there. They are with Maxwell Agbagba. And before we engage all of them, by the way, MzVee is in the studio with me. MzVee, we're going to have a very exciting intercourse.
Yeah. And I'm excited about it because...
Certainly. Because I can talk about your dress as well.
Okay, no, but let's talk about the fact that, I've been praying that Ebony wins and she won.
Okay,
so,
we'll talk about that. Let's bring you a wrap of the event itself.
Labeled the biggest music event in Ghana, the 19th edition of the Ghana Music Awards promised to live up to its theme, projecting our music beyond our boundaries. The Accra International Conference Center was lit, red carpet, check. The stars trooped in style, much to the surprise of many Charterhouse disappointed latecomers. The performance began few minutes after 8. Joe Metal, Stonebwoy, Samini, Sarkodie, MzVee all took turns to perform. Then came the moment. Priscilla Opoku Kwarteng, popularly known as Ebony Reigns, broke the 19-year jinx. The musician who died February 8 in a ghastly car accident was awarded.
And the Artist of the Year is very, very well deserved. Consumers Award to
First female to obtain that feat. Bullet is the manager for Ebony.
It is an award for Ebony Reigns. It's not a sympathy award. She deserves it. Ebony Reigns forever.
Other big winners on the night were Kwame Eugene, Joe Metal, Stonebwoy, Fancy Gadam, and Samini. The biggest disappointment of the night for many was when the most popular song award went to Fancy Gadam. Patapa, the one corner hitmaker, stormed out of the venue.
Patapa, you're looking very good. What do you call this, your design? Very, very beautiful design.
Okay,
and you yanka fancy. What your line so then aba?
Oh, it's like
Then I will.
Talegana for Sadna and so washing with Jai.
The organizers must give the award to the right people. Paying money for awards is wrong. Everyone in the auditorium knew I deserved it. Even when they gave the award to Fancy Gadam, the fans were not happy. Ghanaians will hear my response soon.
But all the same, it's now better one day or air.
A child better one day or air. MzVee, at what day?
And doing the Minyanti.
Okay, so let's just get on with our conversation. Like I indicated, we're supposed to have Samini who picked up what was the award again?
Samini picked up the best dancehall
reggae
dancehall. So song, yes. So the artist went to Stoneboy. I have that here somewhere. The artist went to Stoneboy and he picked up the best reggae dancehall song, like My Own.
Right. So we'll be crossing over to Maxwell Agbagba, who is sitting by or standing by with MzVee, with Kiddy, and the rest. Well, let's hear from them, and when we come back, we'll talk about the organization, the polls versus the win, the controversies, and the reactions that have come up so far. Maxwell, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Gifty.
Okay, Maxwell, take it away.
Okay, so as you rightly mentioned, we are here at the Liz Entertainment Studios, and we have with us Kwame Eugene, we have MzVee also with us, we also have Kiddy also here with us, and we are talking about the aftermath of the Ghana Music Awards. You remember that the tagline was Music Without Borders. Today we talking about a lot of things, like you rightly mentioned, Gifty. We touching also on whether the Ghana Music Awards is helping our artists to reach out to to the world, especially when we say music without borders. Are we helping them to cross the borders, of Ghana? Let's find out from our guests today here at the Liz Entertainment Studios. Let me first of all start off with you, MzVee. We want to find out from you your assessment of the Ghana Music Awards, and then also whether you think that yes, Ghana Music Awards is helping you to
my assessment of the awards this year.
Okay, let's do the 19 years if you want to do.
I didn't exist for most parts of it, so yeah. But Ghana Music Awards has been amazing. I think it's grown from strength to strength and is doing bigger and better every year. So yeah, but this year it was fun. It was epic. There were a lot of stories coming out from Ghana Music Awards. Every time people are just waiting for the stories to happen. But it was fun. Throughout the night was fun. And yes, Ghana Music is helping artists because, for example, if an awards show from some other country wants to pick nominees for maybe Best African Act, and they come to Ghana, they are not now coming to do a fine search of everything themselves. They're just going to go straight to Ghana Music Awards, see the nominees, see who won anything. It's easier for people like that from other countries coming into the country. And it definitely puts Ghana out there because right now it's a social media era. So yes, Ghana Music Awards is making waves. They do Ghana Music Awards UK. So yeah, it's definitely pushing the artists, forward. Yeah.
Okay. Now, indeed, we cannot talk about the past 19 years that has existed. We can talk about, the recent past. You can talk about, let's say, the 5 years down, 15 years, 16 years, 17, 18, 19 years down. Comparatively, if you had to do any assessment of that, which year would you say was the better one?
I'd say this year.
This year?
Yes.
What made it so special?
That's what I'm telling you, that every year there's something that is better about Ghana Music Awards. It was on time, because it was showing on DSTV. They started at the exact time they said they were going to start, even though people weren't seated in the hall. So Joe Metal was on stage and it was live. They didn't mind if people weren't seated. They just made sure everything was on point. So yeah, it was really good. Sound was good. Everything was nice. Yeah.
Now, Kiri, let me find out from you. The dream about every artist is to go international, is to go global. One thing that I realized was that during the VGMAs, we had over 80,000 tweets, and it was trending. You check the trend in Nigeria, it was trending. Definitely, it's going to catch the attention of the world. How do you think the Ghana Music Awards as an award ceremony would help you realize your goal and your dream to be an international artist?
So like you said earlier, my sister said that it was being streamed on social media, DSTV, and this is a social media era. And like you said, it was trending in Nigeria. That means people are actually watching over there. So if they are watching, okay, so hey, there's this artist, even if they've not heard of you before, there's this artist, oh, okay, he did this song, oh, okay, he won this award, oh, he performed, oh. So all of this, I'm sure the international artists are also watching. Those who weren't able to attend, they're also watching. So they're also picking, oh, I like this guy's sound, I like to have a song with him. So
in this social media era that we are, things travel very fast. Even after the awards, there are videos out that are trending on Instagram, Facebook. They are going everywhere in the world. People are watching, people are showing it to their loved ones. So I feel like this awards, these Ghana Music Awards, really helping everybody. It's not staying in Ghana. That's one thing I can say for sure. Music beyond borders, like you said, is really going beyond borders.
Okay, great. Interesting. Let me find out from you, Kwame Eugene. Now, they've talked about the social media, bit, how, it was trending. And, for people who had DSTV, they were watching it on Africa Magic. So it means that if you're in Ghana, truly, it was beyond, borders. What was it like for you, and what did it really mean for you as an artist to mount that stage, that Ghana Music Awards stage?
It was actually everything to me that very day, because who won't prepare for this day? It's Ghana Music Awards, where they're gonna be the musicians for all we've done in the year. So it was something that I was so serious about. Yeah, so I came prepared, and as they said, it's being shown on a bigger platform now. And now people from elsewhere can see that, oh, this guy is doing good, and he's in Ghana, let me reach out to him. And now I think it will help our views on YouTube and Amazon, iTunes, to increase, because people can see what we are doing now, and people can listen to what we are doing, because they've watched and see that this person is actually making waves in this part of the world. So it was everything to me, yeah. Okay.
Now, MzVee, let me find out from you. How can we make this better as we dream of making it global, making it get some accolades? That sounds like, they deserve some accolades, So how can we make it better?
Yeah, so like we're all still saying social media, and Ghanaians in the diaspora, like it's about talking about it and sharing and telling someone else about it. And Ghanaians in the diaspora who have, the connections and things like that can also push it to that level. So it's all about sharing, yeah.
Okay. As we talk about music beyond borders, one of the things that have come up actually is how some people think that Ghanaian artists are not willing enough to dedicate a lot more time and resources to travel to countries to promote their music. Because what we do see is that we have, Nigerian musicians coming to Ghana. Recently was Kapi Music in Ghana. Virtually on every radio station. Casper Nyovest from South Africa also was in Ghana recently, virtually on every radio station promoting their music. But we don't really see that happening, in Ghana. Kitty, what really is the problem if we want to go beyond our borders?
When you started, you said artists are not dedicated to using their resources. First problem, sometimes the resources no day. Now, it's actually a problem. People envision this glamorous life that you're making money and then you go and then, resources no day. And to be very honest, I feel like when these artists come to Ghana, we receive them with open hands. You see, Ghana is a very hospitable country. I'm sure when Kapi came, every radio wanted to interview her when Casper came. But if Kwame Eugene or Kidi goes to Nigeria, we won't get that same reception. You have to go with resources. You have to pay somebody to give you a slot. And so I feel like that is the first problem, the resources. It's not like we have it and we have to get people to invest in entertainment. Because if we have people investing and we have that resource, we can actually beat our chest and say, okay, next week I'm going to Tanzania, I'm going to promo my song. But it's not cheap. It's not very cheap. So I feel like we need more investment, more people to venture into like the other countries do.
Well, that's an interesting, point you are raising there. But there are some people who also think that we are not striking the right, relationship chords. There are some who think that, for instance, the issue that came up on the floor of the Ghana Music Awards about Trace, not really playing a lot of Ghanaian songs. Of course, we know that the Nigerian population is huge, the South African population is huge. So it's just normal for you to have DSTV or Trace playing a lot of these songs. But there are some who think that Ghanaian artists are not striking the right relationship chords. For instance, not really establishing contacts with the people in the helm of affairs at those places. Do you agree with that assertion, Kwame Eugene?
No, I think we are working. We are doing the best we can, because MzVee wasn't in Ghana recently, and Kidi and myself, we were in UK, not just because we were going to perform. Yeah, we went there to promote our music, and we were on, I think, 5 radio stations out there. Yeah,
I think Kidi was on Focus on Africa on BBC, right?
Yeah. Okay. I was on BBC as well. Kim Promise. You were on Extra. we've been around. You guys are not seeing it because maybe you guys are not researching enough, and maybe because we don't have the resources enough to do what you people want us to do. But if we have the money, if we have the backup, if we have the strength to go as far as we can, why won't we go? You get it? So we need more of the help. I mean, the money, the resources. I mean, anything to push us that far, because we are ready to go. Yeah. Okay.
Ghanaians are not dedicated. It pained me a little. The Ghanaian musicians, because the Ghanaian musicians, if you really, really find out, if you guys took time to really, people are working very, very, very hard. And Eugene said the resources are, Eugene Kiddy said the resources are not available. But they are still pushing. We are all still pushing really hard. Our teams are making the best efforts, best moves for all of us to succeed. So for you to say that is, it's a little disheartening, because there are names you can mention here in Ghana of musicians who are actually doing their best, even with the little they have, to go outside. And he said before, they were in the UK like a month or so ago, and they were promoting. I didn't see stories on that. I was in Paris just recently, and I went to also try to promote my music. I put up pictures. Yeah, so I don't know if maybe you guys are talking more and looking more at the outsiders than here. So I'm not sure if that is the problem, but the resources are a big issue. But Ghanaian musicians are very dedicated, and we are doing the best we can to put Ghana on the map.
You know, it's very good that you've debunked, that assertion, because it's one that a lot of people have been sharing.
Sarkodie is dedicated. Adams, Stonebwoy is traveling so much. EL is doing his best. Like, we have people pushing.
Could it also be that
Efia just performed where Giddy Fest in Nigeria? I didn't see stories on that. Like, so many things are happening.
Could it be that as a people, as Ghanaians also, we are not really pushing our own to get to the top? There are a lot of times that I've seen conversations about PhD syndrome, the pull him down, syndrome. So as an upcoming artist, you really do not have people pushing you. There are times that they are hating. And it's so bad. I mean, we saw it, the aftermath of the VGMA. One artist, I'm not going to mention his name, he didn't win an award, and you could see the trolls on social media coming after him. Kwame Eugene, you had your share of that troll. Okay, now tell me, how did it feel being in that auditorium at the National Theatre, and you had people talking about your suit? Your suit. They were talking about how you were dressed to the Ghana Music Awards. It compelled you to put out a tweet. Tell me, how did it feel around that time?
But sometimes, let me just say this. It's amazing when we have Ghana Music Awards and everyone is talking about what people are wearing. It's Ghana Music Awards, not Ghana Fashion Awards. But we live in a country where lots of people are so much concerned about how someone can be mocked or someone can be pulled down, and unfortunately, we can't do anything about it, because this has been there for a very long time. I was making a research on my manager just recently, my boss, Richie Mensah, and I saw a comment about him that he stole a song from. It's been years ago. So I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not actually the first person.
People actually accused you of, stealing, what do you call it, confusion.
Yeah, people don't research. As I said earlier on, that you guys, you don't research. Casper was in Ghana, and it was everywhere. Copy was in Ghana, and it's everywhere. And Kiddy has been to Nigeria.
It wasn't everywhere.
Oh, they don't have your time.
So wait, do you think it's a problem of Ghanaians, or you think it's just the media that's not pushing upcoming artists enough?
I can't say everybody, because some people are really trying. Some people are putting us out there. We met Ameya yesterday at the VGMAs. We had a talk with KKD, and he was saying wonderful things that you guys should do this. This is what we are expecting people to do, other than pulling it out, because we are young ones already, the new school. So if you manage to pull the new school down, what would you call the next school?
Those comments on Twitter, did it really get to you?
No. As you said, I posted a picture of me saying I was trending, because I wasn't trending anymore. I don't like it when I'm not trending. I wasn't trending anymore, so I was asking Charlie, why you don't go talk about me anymore? Right? So they started talking, and I was trending like number 10. I didn't like it though, but later I saw myself at number 20.
They talked about Kiddy also. I'll get your comments on that. But let me find out from MzVee. for you, 6 nominations. I mean, my personal favorite was in there. Best collaboration with Pato Rankin. That song, Sing My Name. Female Vocalist of the Year. Quite a number of them. 6 nominations. You didn't win anything. Were you disappointed?
No, I wasn't disappointed. Me, first of all, I do this because I love to do it. Awards are amazing. They are like an incentive. They are an accessory. I don't know how to say it. You know how when you bath and you shut down, you put on that you put on that ring and you feel like extra special. It's amazing to receive awards, and I've received many. So yeah, but it's not a disappointment that I didn't get this year. I mean, everyone that won was deserving of it, and just being nominated alone was amazing. It means you are doing something. So yeah, it wasn't a letdown. No.
But which one got you? Because I was personally tipping you for the best collaboration, because Sing My Name, I think it was a really good song. Which one were you like, I think this one I should win it at all?
I don't know. I can't say. Do you know why? Because you have your fans, and there are people who feel you should get this. But at the end of the day, the awards is nationwide, and it's about votes, and it's about the board. So you can't really say that you should get this. It's really, it's an award show. I mean, people choose who they want to choose. It's fine. Yeah.
Kitty, you had 4 nominations, if I'm right. 6 nominations also. You only won the Highlife Song of the Year. Were you disappointed?
You see the way you said only one, as if you're trying to say, plenty. But like my sister said, award shows are award shows. The way you felt like you've worked hard and you deserve something, somebody in that category has worked equally hard or even harder than you have.
There were people who weren't even nominated.
Exactly. There are people who have done good songs who were in there. I was nominated for 6, and God's grace, I won 1. I think I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for everybody that voted, everybody that supported me, maybe in prayer, everybody. It's not, I don't want to downplay that I won only 1, because it's a privilege. You see, like she said, they are such, although we don't do this for the awards, but it's nice. It feels good to win an award. So if I've won 1, I mean, I have an award to decorate my room with if you come and visit. Charlie,
interesting. Well, Maxwell, if you can hear me.
The police stopped me. I showed him my award. I won an award.
Maxwell, if you can hear me, let's find out. Right, let's find out from someone like Kwame Eugene. Kwame Eugene. I mean, we're talking about the controversies. MzVee here was just telling us about how some people, including Wuta, right? MzVee, including Wuta themselves, thought that their song should have won the award, the Highlife Artist of the Year, right, MzVee? That Kwame Eugene got. He got 2, but Wuta thinks that he should have really not had the Highlife Artist of the Year.
Well, Kwame Eugene, this one is coming from the studio. MzVee, it's saying that, I mean, on the night of the Ghana Music Awards, she's in the studio actually. on the night of the VGMAs, in fact, when Wuta came on stage, they made statements that sought to suggest that, they really should have won the Highlife Artist of the Year. We want to find out what you think about that.
Okay, let me sit well for this.
Okay.
So when Wuta was on stage, and they were saying, okay, he was saying what he was saying. It was a serious thing to me, because I sat well and I listened, and what he was trying to say is Highlife Artist is not a small mandate. I mean, that is what the nation does. That's what we do. The whole country is all about Highlife, and if you are being honored to be Highlife Artist of the Year, it means you are doing something special. And whether with regards to what you're saying, he meant they should have won the award or not.
So, I mean, sort to suggest.
I mean, I don't want to go there, because I think he was trying to advise me. And I mean, the new generation, those of us doing Highlife now, that it is not an easy task. So if we are really prepared to do this, we should do it well. I think that's all he was saying, and I appreciate what he said. I listened to it, and I took a lot from it. That's all.
Okay, interesting. Now let me come to you, MzVee. Now, on preparations for I mean, we saw your performance with Adina, Akosia Japan, Efia, and then who else? Okay, that was all, right?
Yeah, then I did my main.
Wonderful, scintillating performance. In fact, it got a lot of people emotional, Tell us, what really went into preparations for that performance?
It was an emotional rehearsal even because Efia was close to both girls. And just the whole process of trying to put together this thing. Kiki Banson produced the bit. Yes, just the whole process was a little difficult because we are honoring Ebony for, coming to leave her mark, and it's very sad what happened to her. So it was really difficult, but we did it with, happiness, thinking about what she came to do. And so we did it from our hearts, and yes, this is what we did. We just wanted to honor her. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let me find out from you, Kitty. You've been nominated. I mean, we've been talking a lot about music, without borders. You have been nominated for Headies 2018. In fact, is it Rookies? What would you call it? Rookie of the Year. For a song, Odo. Yeah, I mean, some assertions out there that you've been nominated because the video and Mayukun jumped on that song, and that's why it became big in Nigeria.
Before I answer your question, first of all, we thank God for the nomination of that. But then again, the Ghanaian media is not talking about it because we do not care. If it's not Kiddy went to take off his trousers or Kiddy went to do something bad, nobody really cares. And that's really sad because this is an honor for me and for Ghana to be able, like they said, this is the first time an international artist has been nominated in that category. This is something the media should talk about and push the agenda out there that everybody can also get in there and do something. But people are not talking about it. Cool, that's that aside. People are saying Davido. In life, you give credit where credit is due. Yes. Without them, the song probably might not have reached the Nigerian ears that large. So if they did it, I mean, what is wrong with them jumping on a song and a song getting into the Headies? There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm so grateful to them for even jumping on it because it has taken this song to higher heights than if it was just me or the team, we could have probably, So we did our bits. The song grew very well. They also jumped in. It reached ears that it hadn't reached earlier. So if, because of them, I've gotten a nomination, I'm still very grateful. There's nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
Can I just
I'm personally touched by that response.
Can I just, and I don't get why people have an issue and say, oh, it's because of this person, that's why your song was known. People do collaborations for so many reasons. You're not just doing it because you like the other artists. You're doing it because you want to tap into someone else's market. That's like a main thing. Or because you admire this person's mind and creativity. So you are people wouldn't know certain artists from outside if they didn't come and collaborate with Ghanaian musicians. That's what collaboration is for. So if you hear that maybe Kiddy was nominated for that because Davido and Mayor Kun were on his song, yes, that's why he did the song. He did it to get traction from that market. So it's that is what it is for. So it's not a negative thing. It's not a wrong thing. It's rather a business. Yes.
That Sing My Name penetrates the Nigerian market because of Patoranking?
Mad.
And do you think that it wouldn't have penetrated that market if Patoranking?
So let me just say, I have fans in Nigeria, but it elevated to this point because I did a song with him in Nigeria. Because his fans, you know how you go on YouTube, people are just looking for Patoranking, but they saw MzVee and Patoranking. They want to see what he did on the song or who this person is, and then they get to know me. And sorry, but someone who has never heard of Patoranking, and there are people who don't know Patoranking, know me and will search my song and see him and get to know him. So this is what collaboration is. Yeah, it's not about, it's a give and take thing. We all get from,
Okay. Are you looking forward to doing some collaborations, more collaborations? You want to give us a scoop on any of them?
No collaboration.
Well, Master, whilst you're at it,
because I don't want to. I mean,
Master, whilst you're at it, I'd like for you to. Yes, I'd like for you to, when you finish with this, when you get the answer to this one, I'd like for you to find out from each of them what they perceive the future or their futures to be. I mean, I'm looking at, they sound so bright. I mean, these are young people relatively because I'm older than them. But these are people in their 20s. People in their 20s doing great things in the music industry. What do they assess? What's the assessment of the future? What the future holds for their careers and for the VGMAs? Great. And then when you finish about that, let's talk about what they felt that night, last Friday night when they walked away, Saturday night when they walked home. How did they feel like? Let's go.
Sure, great. Kwame, I was asking you about collaborations. You said no collaborations in Orphan?
No, because I mean, as just as MzVee said, we don't just do collaborations. We do them when we need a market. We need to tap into a market.
A very interesting conversation that they're having right there. We've lost them briefly, but that's okay. Let me wrap up with Max. Did I say Maxwell? let me wrap up with MzVee here. We'll bring you that interview that Maxwell is conducting there. MzVee, bright future, it appears to me, for the music industry.
Very true.
But let's look quickly at the organization. I'm interested to find out what you think. What are people in the industry saying about the organization of this year?
Okay, so this year's amazingly, Charterhouse did a great job with your timing. So like it was advertised at 7 p.m. We had red carpet, you know, and they told us at 8 o'clock they'll start the main show. So a few minutes into 8, the main show started. It started with an opener by Joe Metal, and for a lot of people, that was applaudable, like it was creditable. They did well.
It's not something they've seen over the years.
Oh my goodness. Last year, at 10 p.m., we hadn't started the show. So for us to start after 8, it was commendable. So very, very good then. And also, we had the surprise of the night. In fact, I screamed my voice, like my heart out when I saw, okay, that's like 2 days after, I saw Prior. Initially, my reaction when I saw Prior Tietia and Prior Tintin come on, so I'm like, okay. But then he walked in. You could ask, I was with the cameraman Joel. I screamed so hard. Everybody asked, what's wrong with you? We're not expecting that. Then we saw the tribute performance, you know, Ifya, MzVee, Akosia Chepon, and it was also beautiful, you know, to have them all come to perform in honor of the late Ebony Rains. And then they were also pouring in, you know, disappointments, you know, dropped in when people thought that, especially Patapaa thought that he should have picked the most popular song. That didn't happen. It went to Fancy Gadam. You should see what was happening in the auditorium. You know, when they said
people were all expecting that
Patapaa.
Well, maybe you said that there are people. It's not just about voting, and that there are people on the academy.
So for this particular,
so maybe they look at the message.
Initially, it was 100% public vote. Now it's 60% for the academy and the board, and then 40% public vote.
So I'm suspecting that they're looking also not just at a song that made airwaves.
So even if the academy had given 60% to all of them, the 40% was a determining factor, which Patapaa couldn't, you know, Ghana. And what happened was that Fancy Gadam, who has a Gadam nation, we've seen videos of him when he goes back to Tamale, how he's been hailed, got his people, like he said.
So you think that the Gadam nation people voted?
Gadam nation, they are loyal people, and they voted for him. Then came a time when we thought that the new artist category, you know, would have everybody happy and satisfied. Just when it was given to Kwame Eugene, I was outside doing some interviews. I saw the team of King Promise, we didn't pick any award on the night.
And they
that's Kill Beats and all. They were ranting. In fact, we were scared they would slap us, so we couldn't take visuals of them. We couldn't take the sound of their rants, but we couldn't put the camera on them.
They were
but they were ranting together. It was like a 5-member team who also stormed out of the auditorium, you know, unhappy that King Promise didn't make any.
Remember we talked about the controversies. You can't get away from the controversies when you're talking the VGMAs. But MzVee, let's talk about the polls versus the wins. I mean, the polls that we did suggested that Ebony was going to.
Yes.
That is for the My Joy Online.
Suggested that Ebony was leading at 45%. Yes, and it suggested that she was going to win. So the Joy FM or My Joy Online poll happened. Yes, she won.
So the prediction was for real.
Yes.
So you better trust My Joy Online polls, okay?
And unfortunately, what was running on Hits FM social media handle didn't happen. So they thought that, you know, Shatawale was going to pick the overall award. He had just one award, and that was for his collaboration with the SM Militants. That's taking over. And Stoneboy also picked one award, and that was for the Afro Dance Hall Artist of the Year. So the song of the year went to Saminia. He was the Artist of the Year, and so that didn't happen. But overall, JM has been affectionately called now. Joe Metal picked the highest number of awards. So he had the Gospel Song of the Year, Gospel Artist of the Year, Male Vocalist of the Year. So he had 3 awards. So
what has been the reactions, MzVee? We need to wrap up. We're eating into the time for Let's Talk Entertainment, which will bring you some more on this. But MzVee, what has been the reactions to these wins?
Well, overall, satisfactory because a lot of people think that apart from the few ones that I mentioned, most people got the awards that were due them. So the major issue is with the new artist of the year, the most popular song of the year, and to some extent the Highlife artist of the year. Those are the few ones. Wuta and Kwame Eugene, and then King Promise, people thought he would pick the new artist, and Patapa not picking the song of the year.
Okay, all right. So speaking of Samini, we'll leave you with Samini's song before we bring you Let's Talk Entertainment. MzVee, it's been such fun having this conversation. Like I said, I think we should have this conversation.
Maybe on Fridays we should do something more entertainment.
We should. Okay, you tell us what you think as well on our social media platform. But MzVee here, she didn't win any award, but she was there. She was there to talk to those who won the awards. And we've been speaking to all of the award winners, the nominees. They were all excited. Well, let's leave you with Samini. His vehicle broke down, so we could. My name is Ndopia.